He calls and he says, I want you to train this girl. Me, I'm like, my guy, we've not even agreed. We've not agreed on any. I did not agree on anything with Kirobi. He just said he will train you. And that's how it started.
You are joking.
I swear, no paperwork, nothing. He just said, Eve will train you. So like, okay. And that's how I got on radio.
Yeah.
So
that is such a brilliant story.
So I would do, like, I'd get to the place at 6:30. And then, no, 6:30 p.m.
AM, oh, because
I'm going on Hits Not Homework. It's just to be trained and all those things. And so at the time, excuse me.
Paula. Unataka masala chai?
Hapana, niko sawa. So, at the time it was Eve and Solo. And so basically got there at 6:30 and I was told, so these are the emails that have come in for that, like the discussion part for the relationships. You know, people, hi, I'm 19 and you know, I've been dating this guy, those kind of things, which I became an expert in, by the way. So I was given the emails and I read through just to form your opinion before we go on air. Now, it's so funny because we'd get on air, Eve would do her thing, she's teasing the songs, she's talking about, you know, what's coming up on the show. I'm a vibe. Me niko hivi. So, because honestly, is that the point where I come in? I don't know. You know, I had to wait to be asked a question. And then that's when, you know, so she would be like, so Solo, then she's like, Amma, what do you think, Sana? Oh, so now that's the cue, you know. So she had to tell me, like, you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait. I mean, obviously, don't clash with somebody. But if you have a point, you can jump in the minute somebody takes a small pause. Wewe rukia hiyo kitu. So that was Capital. It was. I wouldn't do the full show. I wouldn't do the full show. I would do the 78, the chit chat.
Yes.
And then from there, they would provide transport for me to go home, but not now Matasia. That was far. They take me to my uncle's in Adams, which is a place I stayed. Now this is Akina Nyokabi's place. Yes. So yeah, so that was me for. So probation was supposed to be 3 months. Hey, naona hii time imepita sijaambiwa chochote. So I kept on asking. And I used to go also.
It was unpaid.
Yes, it was unpaid. And I used to go on Saturdays or Sundays to train with Danny, who's now the current PC, on the decks and the machines and everything. So I waited and waited.
Were you enjoying doing radio? Were you like, yo?
You know, I think I was scared off by the machines and the many colored buttons. I didn't particularly feel comfortable at that time that I would be able to host a show. I feel like I hadn't learned properly anything. Anything at all. Honestly. Like I'm trying to remember the screens and being told how to skip a song and how to add a song, and
it was overwhelming.
It was a little too much for me. So either way, I decided to go and ask about it. And I went and asked at the time, their PC. Let's just leave the name out of it because we're actually relatives, which I didn't know. I came to find out later. But anyway, so I basically was told that I did not have the capital accent. Yeah, the 98.4 Capital FM.
Your Capital FM.
No, I wasn't talking like that.
98.4 Capital.
I was not talking like that, but it's just
Inoro FM.
If you think about it, Capital then and Capital now is very different.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know what the plan is behind it, but I think they're trying to incorporate more of just kawaida people.
Yeah.
Because it was very top-notch kind of
was it called people. AA? The kind of target audience that they were going for.
No man up on a diako. Anyway, so
let me ask, did you speak the way you speak now?
I don't know.
Do you get what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm not sure if it's radio which has honed your voice.
I actually think it's radio. I definitely am more vocal, more opinionated, and more talkative. Was
your tone like this, or is it because of constantly being on air that the habit becomes, you know, people say a habit is formed in 21 days. So I feel like when you
Clearly
talk...
those 21 days did not help.
No, I know. I feel like you've got the the radio voice even now when we're just having
Yeah.
a random conversation?
I don't know. I think I've also just come into my own, you know,
Okay.
and just not afraid anymore to be comfortable in my skin.
Okay.
You know? I was still a child. I was so young. That's 2000 and what? 2005, 2006, 2021. You're still a child.
Okay.
Aujui na ninawambia aujui, because in retrospect you're just like, what was I thinking? Man, it's good to age. It's good to age, to become wiser. Anyway.
But let me ask again, and I don't want us to skip over this thing.
Right.
There's wins that I'm hearing about you. I'm shocked that you are not as confident now. I mean, then. Like maybe like it's because of hearing you speak now. But what is it about you that didn't waste that opportunity? It sounds like you went to work every day, or you didn't.
No, I did. Oh, I did. Like that time at Capital?
At Capital, yeah.
I did. I guess I was just... Maybe I might have felt that these are the experts in this job and I should only speak when I have a question or when spoken to. And so that kind of rudished me back. I think. I really can't tell you what it was. I attribute it to just being young.
Okay.
Yeah, to being young and not experienced. I wasn't experienced at all. Fresh out of, well, not fresh out of, you didn't finish. But just, you know, straight from college into this pop star whirlwind of media and entertainment and cameras and what. There was no chance to gradually grow. It was being thrown into the deep end. You know, and then here you are, deep end, and then the water is drained.
In fact, I was going to ask you that again. That's the second failure, and I put failure in quotes because it's a lesson. It's a lesson learned, an opportunity. But still, how did that affect you? Because SEMA hasn't worked. Now this radio gig, an opportunity has come. First of all, big up Chris Kirubi for that. An opportunity has come.
Yes, indeed.
But again,
it hasn't worked.
It hasn't worked because I don't speak with.
You know,
I think impression.
Back in the day, and I think that's still the thing now. I don't look at it as, damn, I failed. I look at it as, what next?
That's deep.
Yeah, it's not so much like I'm going to sit there and just be like, oh my God.
So you didn't go home cry?
No, I didn't. And the truth about this is that even in 2015, when Nation fired us, I didn't go home to cry. Mount Vineyard. But
so they were kind of crying.
No. Okay. And I'll give you the story about Nation and why for me it was just hallelujah. Okay. You know, I mean, of course there's reports all over the place that I went to my desk and cried, and I don't know which desk this is because I didn't have a desk at Nation. I just had, you know, the microphone and I finished and I went home. So apparently I went and cried. But anyway, we'll get there.
So you don't have the voice. What's next? This 2006, 5.
Let's call it 2006 early, because it wasn't long after that Shafi called me. Ooh. So 2006, I'm at home.
Going back to school is still not on the radar.
Pharmacy, not on the radar. In fact, now I've become the expert in housework. Like, you can't even joke. It was a routine. You wake up. Unajua ile fagio ya kuti? Unajua fagio ya kuti? Ile ngumu. Carpet. Yani, my life was housework. As in, okay, let me not say it like that, like at you were not having fun, at your parents were not taking us out and stuff like that. But it was part and parcel of my day. Dishes, laundry, house, you know, shopping, helping my mom to cook. That was my life. And I remember my dad had asked me if he would like me to talk to somebody at Radio Africa. Because one of the top guys is somebody he worked with back in Costo. And it's just like, Mommy, it's not I'm going to ask them to give you a job. You know, is there an opportunity? Is there an opportunity for her to come and apply? My dad is not a guy for I know so and so. Yeah. It ain't. You've got to work your ass off to actually get there. So he said,
he'll show you where the door is.
Yeah, that's the door. You know how to get there? Ah, yeah, we'll wait. You better figure it out how you're going to get there. So he just asked me if I would like him to ask if there's an opportunity where I can go and interview or something. And I told him, see, they've had me. They will call. Yeah. You know. You
didn't send no demos. I didn't
send anything.
They had you speaking on that.
Have they not?
1 hour.
Yes. For how long? For like 3 months. For me, it's, look, my work is out there. I've put it out there. You know that it's there. You've heard it. So the most you can do is call and tell me, could you come and do a demo in the station? But not at now I'm calling you to ask, so is there a place I can...
Hey, for somebody who didn't have confidence, that's a bit confident. That's a bit...
I know, I'm really a bit of a confused person. I really am. Because, and this is something I must state, I'm very grateful. Everything, other than Popstars, everything that I have done has come to me. I will be honest about that. I'm not going to sit here and be like, Ati, oh my God. The point is, they have come, but I've worked my butt off to maintain that job. Yeah, that's the only difference. So here we are, 2006. No, Daddy, don't tell anybody.
So by the time your dad is telling you that, it's like he's not, you see, there's a inclination towards media.
Yes.
It's not, he's not asking you about school fees and taking you to pharmacy. No. He's not talking about hooking you up with a pharmacist. He's talking about hooking you up with a...
With something in media.
Yeah. So,
because he's always felt that there's a side of me that's really good in the social world. Socializing, the PR, the marketing, the speaking to people. And it might be there. I really might be good in it, but it's not something I fancy. I don't at all. Anyway, 2006.
Shafi.
Shall I ask? Do not. If they want, they will call me. They know how to find me. Because at the end of the day, we still have that pop star thing, you know, just that cloud hanging over you, you know, in a good way. So Shafi calls. And he's like, wait. You still want to work on radio? Shafi sometimes. So I'm like, yeah, I'd still be interested. And he was like, okay, so you come back, so we do this Keeping It Kenyan show. Okay, I'ma be there.
That's it.
And that was it. I went,